Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with our awesome friends, most of them. Sarah should be joining us any moment. There we go. Awesome. We are here with our awesome friends in the Brasslight. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say howdy.
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 Welcome. We are missing Scott and Matt tonight, as they are, I think, pretty much in the 4th of July vacation stuff. But yeah, we gotta jump in. We gotta jump into this. So for those who have no idea what this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, and breathing for those that do in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Estera. So welcome, Hannah. Welcome, Hannah. Everybody say hi, Hannah. Also, I got close.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. Yo, Hannah.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Announcements. Just a reminder for those that have not known, or if this is your first, second, third, or whatever time on the channel, we are our Tuesday campaign. The New Moon has been running for a little over 2.5 years, and we are in need of a 6th player. We had a player transfer as Nathan had to jump off from because of work schedule changes, but we wish him the best. So if you're interested in joining this this crazy ragtag group, New Moon is I would say it's only a little bit more high fantasy based than Brasslight in particular. But yeah, still fun and still taking place in the same world, so technically it's not too far. If you are interested in possibly finding out more information or joining, you can do so by going to startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story, where you're able to see not only that, but any other open games that we would be having throughout the rest of the summer. It's been a very hot summer. I have a fan on me right now, but it has been a very hot and busy summer. So there has not been much time to be able to add in any one-shots, but I promise they are coming. So for... oh, man. Sarah is frozen in the craziest spot.
Am I?
Yeah.
Wait, let me look. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, your connection is might be a little bit rougher today.
Oh God.
So as we are as you're waiting for Sarah to be able to kind of figure out that, we will also be just moving on to if you're wanting to support the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. We appreciate any and all support in that. Also, this is a live stream, so you can always jump in and say hi, like Hannah has. Hannah's asking for more Daggerheart. Sure, yeah, maybe. If you're good. All right. We have been having Daggerheart kind of in place for New Moon for a while. Not just because of the 6th player, because we've had a couple other players that were off and coming in late. So, you can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below, right down there at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. You can see some of our just our best, so good moments, and that's only half kidding. Please feel free to check that out. Let's see. Real quick, we will be starting starting not next week. Yeah, so from the 12th to the 19th of July. So this month, we will be off for that week, as some of us will be out of town for that whole week, including me. So we will be jumping back in on the 20th. Yeah. All right, I think that's it. Before we jump into tonight's session for the Brasslight, we need to get a recap of where we left off at the party. So, Kiki, please take it away.
So last week we started with the party going to convince Gaspard to work with Carrion. They managed to convince him to work with Carrion on the condition that Lysandra and Timothy accompany him for the week as security, and they all leave together so that he doesn't get pressed into Carrion's services. Gaspard began to sketch out a whole bunch of plans for their grit whip, which has to seat 9 now, which is an insane number, 4 of which are very large individuals. Then we jumped into our week of downtime. For Rasa, he spent his days getting acquainted with Sidewinder, spoke with Timothy about their plans moving forward, and then he sat down with Jericho and read the Hargrave files. Near the end of the week, Rasa shared William Hargrave's file with Ophelia. Seeing this, Jericho also pulled out her file and handed it to her. Timothy, throughout the week, he and Rasa discussed what happened in his vision and his new companion in his mind, very briefly. And he was able to construct a breastplate for himself during this time as well. Lysandra accepted Gaspard's invitation to dinner, which was painfully awkward, and then the next day the party explained to her what he thought was going on, and she did not realize it, and she tried to let him down gently, and he did not go gently into that good night. He is struggling. He is struggling right now. Poor man is going through it. Blair spoke to Milo about everything that had happened. Milo is continuously deflective and defensive. She agrees to bring him to Veracia with us. She also assisted Gaspard with Grit Whip and read into the book on advanced robotics. And she admitted that her other brother was the one who bombed the train, which is news to everyone. During this time, Jericho looked into Kessin. I may have spelled that name wrong. Kessin Thorn.
Oh, yeah, Kessin Thorn. Yep.
Okay. He also spoke with Milo, who was unable to provide him with the answers he needed and instead thought Jericho was hitting on his sister. Also ended very awkwardly. And then Ophelia last week confessed that she knew about Brassborn spies spying on the elite of the city we're in. I completely forgot what it's called.
Madura,
thank you. She tells us everything she learned from her ex, including the job and delivering the letter, that she read the letter. And then Jericho told her, hey, your ex is dead, by the way. That's rough, buddy. And then swears to make a difference in Veracia. Very, very whiplash for poor old Ophelia. And I think we ended with Ophelia holding the Hargrave files in her hands.
Yes, we did. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kiki. I appreciate it. Before we jump in, first off, anything else to add, friends?
Nope, that was great.
We tried our darndest at. Brian, I'm gonna try just muting you just for a second. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's something connection-wise on your end. Kiki, thank you for jumping in last minute on doing that. We tried our darndest in getting into downtime, and to be honest with you, I think what we got 3 days right?
I mean, yeah, but it's weird because we're doing it in people order, not day order. So we did 3
Right.
days, but we haven't done Lysandra's at all.
Right.
And we
right,
only
right.
just started on Ophelia, so we didn't really get into 3 days.
Yeah, downtime for me is hard. It's just I want to RP everything. So, yeah. Well, we will pick it up right where we left off, which I think I am ready for. You guys want to play some D&D?
Yes, please.
Okay. Only because you asked so nicely, Rachel. Here we go. We move in on the quiet, dark evening. Everyone is together as some moments of reflection. It's not really apologies, but some moments of clarity and revealing has been given, which mostly from Ophelia, which in response has led to Rasa and Jericho laying down some very interesting looking files, all marked the Hargrave name. Ophelia, as you are reading through these, I would like to know, which one are you focusing on first?
Obviously, first she reads her own.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, if I recall correctly, I believe you were given your father's, but then given yours. So yeah, putting down.
Mine, I think, is also much shorter. So I think she's like,
Yes.
"Oh, mine," flips through, and then she can get to her death.
Yep. Okay. Let me try to find that. Yeah. William, there's Ophelia. So, just a reminder on some of the things that are located in your file. Subject Ophelia Hargrave, former lower house politician from Myers Bluff, designated, quote, the protege. Behavioral profile. Changeling. Disguise as adaptive. Monitored closely since adolescence. Trained by William Hargrave in deception, rhetoric, social infiltration. Emotionally complex. Incident logs. Ghost projects. Embezzlement. Misuse of government funds. Created false infrastructure plans in Myers Bluff. Allies. Josie Wainwright. And then also another name is mentioned. Edmund Westcott. It is clearly marked in these files that there's not a understanding on the reasoning, the intention, motive, things like that. Nothing is actually marked on that from there, giving you the idea this was definitely more surveillance than, well, surveillance and espionage rather than any sort of infiltration. You get the feeling that most likely these people were not contacted.
Does it mention the bank since it mentions Josie and Edmund?
Yes. Yeah. So it mentions
what is it?
hidden operation in Madura Bank and Trust.
Okay.
And you see, also importantly here, recommendations to, I believe it was your file that actually had the slip up, where it was instead of just plus 9T, it was plus 9TH.
Does it say anything about the property law or any of that business?
It does not.
I look at Raza. Did you all read this?
Oh, sorry. I meant to unmute you, my bad.
Yes, we did.
I've never seen that before. Not all of us have, apparently.
Same here.
We kept this to ourselves. Keep the secrets so they don't get out.
We weren't sure exactly how you would take it, Miss Ophelia.
We were keeping it for, at least I was keeping it for future leverage. To make sure the parties' interest aligned if we needed it to.
By leverage, you mean blackmail.
Yeah, which you're well versed in.
Well, you can't blackmail what's out there. And Ophelia tosses a folder to Lysandra and Blair.
Okay.
And then takes a deep breath and starts flipping through her dad's.
Yeah. The details associated with your father's file is a lot. But reading through the top sort of kind of cover letter portion of the log, William Hargrave, patriarch of Hargrave family, upper house representative, designation, the mask. Publicly, reformer, industrialist, civic leader. Privately, calculating, legacy-driven, carrying high moral flexibility. Political seat manipulation. Secured rotten boroughs for family. Maintained multiple family seats. Installed son Benedict post-scandal. Freight line skimming. Altered bills of lading. Falsified tax documents for shipments through the Brasslight. Consistent revenue siphoned from land-based trade between the South and Thracia. Collander's specific note traces 73 falsified manifests across 3 years. Silence protocols. Crime type, witness tampering / blackmail. Paid officials, intimidated rivals, erased dissenters quietly. Known incidents, 1 missing auditor. Last seen in Copper Row, unresolved. Memoirs from Judge Fallon Vire, sealed post-Hargrave inquiry. That would be one of the Madura judges. Personal files, everyone is listed here. Ophelia, Benedict, and then Father, Ambrose. For both Ophelia and Benedict, it is specifically marked possibly unaware of Father's trust misgivings, would probably what it would put it, crimes. Keeps private ledger locked in mechanical vault. Recommendation to +9T, maintain direct surveillance. Subject is politically valuable but morally elastic. Prevent full integration elite. Continue applying quiet suppression via exposed scandals when needed. Subject is unaware of automaton compromise. Some notable notes reading through that. There's been a common thread over the past few years in the reaching for the next sort of rung of the ladder in the Hargrave family, focusing on Vratian politics, and repeatedly getting pushed back.
Do I get a strong suspicion reading the files that my question of who leaked the embezzlement scam to the newspapers for me was Price or whoever is behind it?
Oh, no, it does not say that here. It does look like there was, like, Collender had some information on it. So it could have been Collender, but you're not entirely sure.
There's a lot in there, Ophelia. And your father trained you to be like him, and that's a hard trust hurdle to get over.
Before I enter that, Joe, in the file, does it say anything about with my dad with the vote on the property law?
On the cover sheet, no. I'm going to say for the details, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
With advantage?
Sure.
Let's see what my investigation. 2 7s, so 12.
12, okay. DC wasn't very high. It takes a few minutes, and I think in maybe hearing that question, Ophelia, you're possibly choosing not to answer right away. but your eyes fall on the page, specifically focusing on the political aspects of blackmail and things associated with that. Your father absolutely did vote in favor. And looks like he convinced a few people on the way.
We're just standing in the middle of a garage, right?
I imagine you guys are sitting down.
So
Yeah.
we were.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to start a fire, and I'm gonna throw the file, my task file, in the fire.
Yeah.
I won't burn mine. I gave it to Lysandra and Blair. They can read it. But
Blair's not
Find
reading
out.
the file.
she's not reading it.
Lysandra, is you... sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna talk to Raza again. So if you wanted to say something to Lysandra.
I was actually just going to say to Lysandra, one of the things is you are you looking at the file?
Yeah. She doesn't fully understand the laws or anything that's been mentioned in it, but she's
Right.
like, cool. I mean, she knows
there-
the words, but
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think there are some things that definitely, that definitely seem to be a little bit confusing to you, especially this marking that's kind of over most of the pages that's referencing something called plus 9T.
mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, Raza, especially knowing that you read those files. I mean, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't trust me either. So
I think we have an opportunity for a new level of trust to be established between us. I'm giving up my secrets. They're in the fire now. I want you to be honest with us going forward, too.
I need to go to the bank tomorrow. We're gonna need resources as we head north. And if you want to know where all the stolen money went to, you can come with me.
Okay. I have no doubt the rest of us will go with you.
I think I need security anyway.
Like,
Okay.
how many people have you pissed off with the stolen money?
I mean, I'm sure there's a few people in Vrasia that aren't happy.
To be clear, this money was stolen from people in powerful positions. You weren't stealing from the poor or people who needed it. Okay.
Goal is to head to Amelia after this.
Yeah, unless you've got any pit stops on the way.
Yeah, I needed to write a letter, but I think maybe I may have to make a phone call instead.
I'm just here to make sure you don't die because I promised Octavius I would get you all to Vrasia alive.
Do you want to go talk to his brother?
I don't think she knows about his brother.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it would be good to tell him how his brother died. Maybe give him that closure.
Probably be nice. The case of matters, he is the general of the entire Frasian army and is also running for president. Chancellor.
Oh, he's
Well,
that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Is that... So, apparently a lot of people run for this position. Do we like this one? Or do we not like this one?
From what I read in the papers, he wants to put martial law down in the South. And I personally do not like that idea.
To what ends? I thought they were free cities.
He is going to be salivating at the news of Fair and Preo.
Yeah, I
He
think
will
you
use
know
it
that's where they
to
hang
run
out.
on his platform of law and order.
So we don't like this one.
Guess it depends on how you feel about chaos.
Not great.
Well, maybe you'll get along great then.
What about this plus 90 of Ophelia? You know anything about that?
I have no clue. When I saw the TH, I thought of Thaddeus, but he didn't seem to know anything about the spy stuff. So I don't know what the 9 means. I don't know.
This may be a stupid question. Like, in this world, like, table of contents, like, is T9H like something like that, like, for a certain material?
Huh?
Like, you know how copper or helium, we all have, like, H2O and things like that? Does
Oh,
plus
you mean like an
19?
element?
Yeah.
Is it the elemental symbol for Diminuum?
Ophelia.
Yeah. Am I missing something obvious?
No, I think you guys kind of fell backwards into something. I'm gonna say, roll me an investigation check with advantage based on what Blair said, but not the part that you think of what Blair said.
Oh, that's so weird. I rolled advantage again and I got 2 17s. Okay.
Oh.
Plus 5 is 20, whatever, 2.
Nice.
That's weird to roll 2.
Yeah. So, there it is. Okay, cool. Blair says table. And then kind of goes off on some sort of like science mumbo jumbo. But table. That's interesting. Looking at the files that are now burning in the fire that you made in the center, you recognize one of the last things, one of the biggest things that has been sparking some that has sparked your father to show his hand more as of late, because of the frustration he's had in not being able to climb this political ladder. Table. Government. The government is broken up into tables. The table of jurisprudence, table of treasury and commerce, table of dominion and defense, Table of Divine Harmony, Table of Guild Accord, Table of Landed Affairs, Table of Civil Petition, and Table of Mystical Regulation. 8 tables.
So there is a 9.
Apparently there is a 9th.
Yeah, we found MI6.
Mm-hmm.
Which in that moment, I think for Ophelia, as you're realizing this, you're recognizing that colander may be a part of something that is so much bigger than anything you've currently been dealing with. Way bigger than maybe even Ferrum Pareo.
Chaska means Eldon Price is also.
It's not great
Mm.
at all.
There is a possibility that Eldon Price is double dipping.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna say is there's also the question, is Eldon Price working with Ferrum Pareo as well at the behest of MI6 as well? Or are they trying to cause unrest? Like, what's the problem? What's the deal?
Yeah. I think like your mind starts to kind of race on that idea. Like, what is he a rat for this 9th table? Is he a like does one know that he's working for the other? Is he, undercover?
Oh boy.
Yeah. I've been sitting on that one for a while, gang.
And now Thaddeus is dead.
Mhm.
Not because of Ferrum Pareo, but because he found out
Possibly.
about this 9th table business.
Oh
Possibly.
boy.
We brought the cabal into this.
I mean, it's also possible that Ferrum Pareo is part of this 9th table to cause instability and make
I know.
people want order.
Yeah. For a government, they always want a bad guy, someone to
Uh-huh.
blame. Why not the people who are like, no, we want nothing to do with the government. We have our own shit we're dealing with.
But does that mean this 9th table works on the military side with General Fenwick? Or is it working for the current chancellor? It would seem to, if it's Ferrum Pareo stuff, it would seem to play right into Fenwick.
I would say one thing you are aware of is that these tables were set up long before the Chancellor was in power. So there's a possibility that
They work for their own.
if this 9th table was around when these other tables were made.
For all we
It's just a
know,
part of the
this 9th
system.
table is the one running the country, and the prime minister is just like a figurehead.
We love a shadow government.
What happened to this not imitating real life?
I claim
Hey, let's run the
no.
shadow government. Ophelia has a new goal.
So I assume, Ophelia, you kind of like you relay this knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one way to find out a little bit more.
Well, we're going to Vracia anyways.
You could have a nice little chat with Eldon.
I'm gonna take Jericho. I don't know if that's such a good idea, Mr. Rasa.
Perhaps enough people want us dead in the city as it is.
I would imagine that a person like that has many fingers in many pies.
And we could stir them all up at once.
Oh, it's hot in here. It's hot in here.
Sometimes you gotta like not put all your fingers in the pie, but strategically slice it and then pull it out instead of putting your whole damn hand in it.
Everybody just slowly turns to Blair. Trying to
You
understand
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, this individual has more information than the rest
Yes.
of us about both sides.
Yes, but if we approach him now, it gives away the fact that we know this and takes away any element of surprise for us going to Veracia.
It's true. That's a fair point.
It puts a target on our back now rather than later.
At that, I will allow everyone here to roll me a history check.
Disadvantage for me.
No,
Oh, okay.
this is recent history.
Natural 20
Ooh.
Okay.
14.
for 23.
I also got a 14.
21.
All right, cool. So Blair and Lysandra, you're getting there a little bit quicker, but for like recognizing that there was something that happened when you like kind of racking your brain on stopping Colander. Something that flew away that Blair,
the moth.
you immediately went to grab. And you kind of make that connection of like,
we saw them.
yeah.
But that likely means that the cat is already out of the bag. That's the saying, correct? Is that offensive, Blair? Regardless, it means that we are already found out.
Actually, no, that's actually not surprisingly offensive in my opinion.
You would find out just how fucked we are from Alden.
Did you said you saw those butterfly moth things? Were able to get one?
I think we had one in a box at some point in time. I don't know if we still have it.
You still have it. I believe it's dead.
Okay. Yeah, I would pull it out, show it to you.
Can I do like an investigation check on this thing?
Yeah. Give me your investigation. I will say it's pretty high. This would take some time right now, so we'll say 25 for you to be able to figure it out tonight.
Do I get advantage with Tinkerer tools?
I would say no, only because this is stuff. This is definitely technology that is not the norm.
No, I'm not gonna get it.
What'd you get?
That's a 13.
13. Okay. Cool. You definitely see, for one, this is not a moth at all. This is some sort of very, very high tech designed automaton, I guess, but in a simplified sort of form of like actually like I think as you're working on trying to kind of figure it out, you didn't roll like a massive failure or anything, so you didn't break it. But as you're like starting to kind of open up this like sort of compartment to sort of kind of get an idea of how it works inside, you're struggling with that, and then you look over to the book that you have been reading, Advanced Robotics, and thinking that might be something that would help you out with this.
Okay. I'm gonna put the thing back in the little box and put it in my own little... This is when I need, like, very quiet time and time to myself, and I'll look into this.
I think Jericho might have had a little part with it.
What did he have?
Together. Stapler looking thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I think Jericho would absolutely give that. Miss Blair, I found this stapler. But it looked like it had
well.
like messages maybe in it.
Okay. Does it really look like a stapler?
It looks like a stapler, yeah.
I'm gonna like hold off on this, like read the book in case this blah 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 correlates to the butterfly, and we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. You hear, I'll say this, I'll just do a little NPC sort of fun thing. You hear Jericho go, Moth.
Moth.
Seemed attracted to light and only goes off at night.
Mm.
And that gives you a sense of like, oh, yeah. Much harder to track.
Okay. Did you? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Blair.
So where'd you find this blackmail files and advanced technology?
In the basement of the shed, as you pulled into Ophelia's house, there was a little secret tunnel entrance that only Timothy could open. Something to do with a weight on the floor.
Yeah, it was like an underground bunker sort of thing. And seemed like it's been there for a while. It was interesting. Ophelia, how often did you go anywhere near that shed?
Absolutely never.
That tracks.
Do you think Ophelia even knew that? Is there a moment here of like recognizing, like, I don't even know where Colander like shut down or like powered back up?
No, I'm like trying to picture it in my head when he's like the shed. I'm like, what shed? Okay.
Yeah. It's great.
So going back to Ellen Price, I just think that even if we tried to talk to him, which I don't know, I think that's a big if we go find him again. It's not like he's going to give us any truths or real insight. I think
Lysandra can force the truth out of him.
Technically, I can't force the truth out of anyone. I can compel them to speak truthfully, but they don't have to speak, and they can answer vaguely if they choose.
Well, I understand the magic has its limits, but I'm sure between the group of us here, we could coerce his answers.
And what do we do about the 50+ personnel he has in the building?
Well, we could.
Not to mention all his connections. Like, we've already pissed off so many people. Do we really want to piss this person off?
Lysandra, roll me another history. I'll say with advantage for that nat 20.
That is a proletariat 20.
I think that's enough where there is another realization that kind of you come across here.
Ah, son of a bitch. Saul?
Saul.
God damn it. Well, if we don't want to risk confronting Eldon Price, we can always talk to Saul. We know he went in to discuss something with him after Jericho, so...
Who's that?
Alden. Saul.
Oh,
The one who tried to kill us on the train after I tried to get him arrested when we first arrived. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The 2 names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think this group has any moral qualms with enhanced interrogation on Alden.
I don't think it's necessary. I think he would talk. To me, at least.
I shouldn't be in the room. I think I pissed him off when I didn't say that it was not him when he tried to tell me to get him out of the train. Oh, you weren't there.
Different person.
Oh yeah.
That was
Sorry,
Shaw,
I
not
forgot
That was
Saul.
Shaw.
You had so many people with the same sounding names.
It's a lot of names.
I think I just, yeah, like to talk to Alden. But I guess I just still like my idea of just start bringing things to light. That would be the most effective way to
But you can't.
start finding out where all those threads are if you just start pulling them.
What do you mean by bringing them to light?
Maybe everyone in Myers Bluff needs to know that they're Brassborn are spies.
Ophelia. I'm going to try to say this in a way that doesn't sound callous or harsh. How effective do you feel that would be given your credibility after the scandal that's printed in this file?
It's a very good question. It wouldn't be coming from me.
Blair looks at everyone around us saying, I know it's not going to come from anyone in this group.
Yes. Who is trustworthy enough and has the credibility in the city to break such news?
My father.
I have a job.
That's nice, Jericho. I don't think that builds credibility in the city. And do you truly think your father would share that knowledge or use it to better his position?
That's a coin toss. But I figure if we tell my father about Colander, and then if we can get some anonymous letters to some of the houses, or forge them from some of their well-connected children, we might be able to do it. It would certainly sow some chaos.
Well, can I, instead of you
All you need to do is
putting-
get them to go on a hunt for the secret vaults in all their houses.
That's true.
This secret 9th table, I don't think would like that you take out all their spies in one area. Maybe tell people like the heirs or whatever you call yourselves who take over your family's rich shit. Maybe inform them, hey, there's a spy, so be careful what you say. Not fully letting it out, just letting them know. That way, whoever runs this 9th table doesn't all know, like, these people just fucked over our secret shit going in this town.
Ophelia does have a point. If we do it so it doesn't tie back to us, then they will be focused on Madura while we head north. The question you have to ask yourself, Ophelia, is the collateral damage that will come to this. That blood will be on all of our hands, but mostly on yours, and you know these people.
I mean, first of all, none of them are good people, to be clear. But think about, it's not just Madura and it's not just Myers Bluff, because it can also leak it to the press. And think about the paranoia and chaos that can sow among all of the most powerful families across Freysia and Abervar, of wondering if they have spies in their own household, wondering who put them there. Even if some of those people are also on the 9th table, they still have their own paranoias about who could have possibly leaked that. And we don't know if maybe it turns the 9th table against each other. The point is to bring things to light, to cause some chaos, just to even figure out where any of this power is flowing, where any of these plans are and how they're interconnected. I know you have to be concerned about this Dominium and how many people seem to know about this now and how much are seeking it. We're not going to be able to find out any of these things unless we start pulling these threads.
I understand. I just wanted to be clear the potential cost before you go into it. And if you're willing to bear it. Because it might not just be those families that are hurt. It could be the people who work for them. They could lose their livelihoods. Or other... I have to take a call, sorry.
I think people are getting hurt anyway. Why not make it the most powerful for once?
Well, Colander couldn't go against his programming because he was collecting information. If you give this to all the people that all these Brassborns are spying on them, what do you think will happen? They will kill all the Brassborns or protect their programming. They will off themselves anyway. Which is kind of a little unfair because they're just following what was programmed into them.
Right, they're not sentient beings. I mean, you're acting like they're Timothy, and Timothy's not the same as Colander.
I have noticed some differences. However, that may be a firewall in the programming more than a lack of identity. I found that even given the brief communication that Colander and I had, there was a surface of something there. With all due respect.
I'm not going to do this without people getting hurt. But if we do nothing, people also continue to get hurt. I mean, to me, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Turning all of the middle powers against Veracia would help to stabilize it.
Well, perhaps we focus on first things first and making sure we get a good night's rest. And Ophelia, if you would like I'd be happy to accompany you to the bank. Someone should be also watching for Milo and Gaspard. And above board, you can all go. I think it makes sense that Timothy instead has to stay behind to focus on them. That's an option.
If some of the others can go with me, Timothy, you can stay and help Milo and Gaspard, you know?
Yeah,
like
I don't think
you're confident.
Gaspard wants me around anymore to help.
Also, there's that.
Jericho jumps in. Why?
There may have been a miscommunication on my part initially. I believe what Ophelia and Blair would call leading him on.
Ah,
She stepped on his feelings pretty bad.
I did not intend to. I don't understand different customs. I'm wearing a ring. I didn't realize he didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, but
oh,
being friend zoned is universal.
Yeah.
yeah, that's... We usually do things a little differently in our culture. But I knew that.
He didn't.
I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it.
He was locked up by himself for an awfully long time.
Oh no, I can't hear.
You guys have some things to think about, to focus on, to try to figure out in the coming days what to do on that. But for now, we will have you all take your long rest. Is there anything else you guys would want to do that evening?
I mean, just my downtime activities, but I know we're still on Ophelia's downtime activities, so.
Right. So we're gonna probably do. Actually, I need to find where that is.
Sorry, I lost sound for a bit. Did I miss anything?
Mm-mm.
What do we do?
No.
Mm-mm.
Trying to find stuff I had for the downtime.
Am I going to the bank next, or are we gonna do Lysandra stuff and then?
I think we're gonna kind of do both.
Okay.
Here's how I want to do that. There we go. I found it. Cool. All right. So we have. Sorry, I do want to make a mark as I was doing the downtime things of like marking things down. We have for Lysandra, armor, Rasta style duster, and then make sure people don't fuck with Gaspard is what I wrote.
Yeah.
And then call
I
him
think that's what I said. And then she fucked with Gaspard, so it didn't go well, apparently.
Exactly.
Did not go well.
Cool. Yeah, and I think there are some. So Blair still wanted to call Calliope. So there are some things in this. So we'll kind of
And I
move
wanted
to
to call Mom.
right. Yeah. So we'll move this to like a day sort of thing. So, but one thing we want to probably handle beforehand, something that would probably only would be well. Actually, I think we could kind of handle that. Lysandra, a lot of the stuff I think we can handle on day 3 and day 4. Looking at this, because like the armor, the Ross, I guess like the armor, we could say that you. Yeah, I get why we would need to do that earlier. But I mean, on the day of Ophelia and Lysandra, anyone else who's looking for new clothing, we could say that day is also the day you go to the armor. Does that make sense?
No, because the original reason we discussed that was the people at whatever the junkyard was. There was
Oh, yeah,
somebody
you were
there
doing
who
this
would
at
be
the junkyard.
improving her armor while she was helping Gaspard.
That's right.
Improving her weapon and her improving her armor.
Okay. So let's handle that now before, because I think that's the only thing I can think of as being something you would have to handle beforehand, and the rest would be moving forward to day 3. So we'll kind of jump back to those moments. I would say let's have some fun with that. Lysandra, roll me a d4.
4.
4? Okay, cool. So in the uh, idea of like moving through from we'll say day 1, honestly, as you were thinking about possibly doing some updates or checking in on some ideas for your armor, I will say, unless there's a specific reason why you would not want to reach out to Carrion, with the 4, Carrion Vest does seem to be available for the moment.
Well, I would like to upgrade my armor and my longsword, if possible.
Uh,
You have
yeah,
somebody skilled in enchantment?
what makes what makes you think that I can do that?
I thought you were the best in this city. Is that not what your group is?
Well, I can do, but like, strictly speaking, magic, you know, you know, um, not a, and you remember like the only altercation you had, whatever he had was definitely magical.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Carrion,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
do I need to remind you how your magic failed in the last altercation?
Oh, you did see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, take your armor off. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
And let's.
Currently have chainmail. That's my armor right now.
Okay. Cool. We're going to see how fun we want to make this.
How Mad Max is
No, she asked him to
Listen.
enchant it, not
We could
degrade it.
We could do normal stuff.
you want to fit in.
We could do normal stuff, or Lysandra, I'm gonna say, roll me a D10.
8.
Okay. Okay. So what you want guns on this?
No, I just want better defense.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we could take the do some stuff to the greaves. Maybe some spike plate coils. Can put like a whirring servo in the spine. How familiar are you with gear work?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, I could do something that would be just, very beginner friendly and just give you, a manual on how to work on it.
It's armor. You just enhance it with enchantment. What are you
Oh
talking
my
about?
gosh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I guess I forgot that you were walking it. You kind of remind me of like the type of like storybook, like knight that like you came in here on a horse or something.
A Kieran.
A what?
I'll bring her by next time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. So you want to just have the whole medieval get up to stay the way it is.
I was going to get a jacket like Ross's to put over it.
So you want me to
Bless you.
put my work on that? Bless you.
Bless you.
You want me to put my Carrion Vesk's work into this, and then you're going to cover it up?
Yes.
Look, let me just show you what I'm talking about here. So looking
Okay.
at like the greaves you have here, right? So
Mhm.
just a small thing, right? Small greave. You can keep everything else the way it normally is, right? But maybe, when you go to swing that sword, I imagine a lot of times when you're doing that, you're kind of rushing into somebody, right? And you got that big shield and all that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, what if it was easier to knock them on their ass?
I mean, that would be ideal, yes.
Yeah. Now, I will say, to do that, I will need to do some stuff with these greaves that might seem a little less Knights of the Round Table.
Okay.
Is that
I'm
a yes?
listening. Yes.
Okay. All right. Come back here tomorrow, and unless I fail at it, and then it might take a couple more days.
Okay. Do you have someone else who could work on my sword, who can just enchant it? It has sentimental value. I don't want to change it. I just want it to be stronger.
Kind of a weird thing to be swinging around here. Are you sure?
The sword, I'm positive.
Yeah. Or if you put a gun on it.
That would ruin its balance.
Small gun.
Come on, Lysandra. That'd be so cool.
Every little bit counts, Blair.
Yeah, all right. I'll give it to one of my underlings. See what they can do with it.
Okay.
Cool. So this is we'll do day 1. Go ahead and roll me a d20 for the greaves.
12?
Okay. You come back the next day. He clearly forgot.
Oh yeah, no. I just need more time to work on it. So I just,
Carry on.
it's very busy.
If I don't get these greaves before I leave, I will be very, very upset.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there's no reason to be. I thought you knights were patient and kind and all that.
Would you like to test that theory?
No. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. I'll get to it. Not get to it. I will finish it because I started it. Yeah.
Of course.
Roll me another d20 for your sword.
Natural 20.
Okay. God damn it.
Come on, get a squall sword. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's a very important personal sword.
Well, listen, Lysandra, you shouldn't roll a nat 20. The nat 20, it is a full buster sword now. No.
It's a long sword, so.
Okay, cool. It is now a longsword +2.
Holy shit.
The nat 20, I gotta give you that extra hit.
Nice.
Who
Nice.
who was working on it? Oh no.
Is it flinch?
Flinch doesn't work for Carrion.
Nope. Yeah, so I'll say we'll do the RP of Carrion kind of presents this to you.
All right. So we had someone who just decided to kind of work extra hours to make it, work. They weren't very good at enchanting, but they weren't used to that. So hopefully it worked okay.
It feels quite good, yes.
Give me a perception. Yeah, give me a perception check.
What is it? 18.
18. You see Gaspard staring in your direction as you're holding the sword.
Well, this was before she broke his heart, so that's
It
why
was.
it's so good.
Yep, that's
Oh,
why it's so good.
no.
Like, yeah, yep. As soon as you look at him, he like looks away, and you see Carrion just like he don't want me. I don't know. Whatever you two got going on, it is not my thing.
What? Anyway, the Greaves? Where are the Greaves?
I'm gonna start working
Okay.
on them. Finish working on them.
All right. Well, I will be here until the end of the week, so.
Sounds like a threat.
It's a promise.
Okay. Day 2. Roll me a d20.
12 again?
Okay. You come up to Carrion the second day. Yeah. What?
The Greaves?
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
What did they look like? I'll find them. I have the idea. It's 90% done. It just needs to be. Tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow.
Carrion, if you lost my Greaves, then perhaps our agreement here is going to have to be shortened.
Okay. Look. You see these? He gets really close to you and like showing you like this. You see these walls here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in these walls, so it can't get out. So we'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a junkyard of just.
Carrion.
Yeah.
If you can't find my Greaves by tomorrow, then perhaps Gaspard's assistance with your shop is done as well.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. He's been working like a dog today, so whatever. It's whatever you guys got going on, it's I'm all for it.
Okay, whatever.
It's good.
Find the Greaves, please.
Yeah, I'll do that. They were gold, right?
She looks down at her pure silver and white armor.
Yeah.
They better not be.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to leave? Okay, if you want to leave like a pauldron or something that's the same material,
Absolutely
then I'll
not.
let it see it.
Nope.
Okay.
Kill this man.
Go ahead and might as well roll now for day 3.
17.
17. Cool. With a 17, yeah, we'll handle that as it comes up. Remind me if I forget, but I shouldn't. Okay. So we come to the morning of day 3. There is a heavy wind that is pushing in, seemingly from the south, as you all awaken to the sounds of the heavy as you awaken to that, as it is rapping against the closed garage door. I would like everyone here to roll me a... How do I normally do this? Constitution saving throw? I'm trying to remember. I will call it perception, actually.
16.
Okay.
And 9 for Rasa.
Dirty 20 for Blair.
Okay.
13.
Blair, you are the first to notice it. I would say probably a couple times. Imagine with Blair, like hearing it and then rolling over, trying to kind of cover your ears. But to no avail. At a certain point, it is morning. What do you do?
I've left you a message. Like, is this after we had this big talk, or is this the day we have the big talk and reveals?
This is the day after. I will say, yeah, this thing that you're working on. I'll say if you want to have not slept.
I'll take that.
Okay, you got it. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay. With a 14, you do wake up exhausted. Take 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
But your project, pretty sure it's ready.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like grumpy and hairs everywhere, but do I hear what you were saying through the sands?
What's that?
What?
You hear sand rapping against the garage door, and it's basically like as you're trying to even get a little bit of sleep, it is the worst time to do so, and you realize you're just not going to get it.
Oh, fuck it.
Do you open the garage door?
Yeah, I'll open it. Sounds like just immediately put on my goggles so I don't get sandblasted in the face.
Cool. You got it. As that happens, Lysandra, you awaken to that sound as Blair is staring out. Blair, give me another perception check.
While she's doing that, I go over to Barb and just start petting Barb, seeing how
Makes
she's
sense.
doing.
Yeah.
21.
21. Blair, you kind of feel like in this moment you really should be getting some sleep because Lysandra's up and there's a Kieran there. And you look back. See, that's weird because it also looks like Lysandra's like 100 feet out there, waiting in the desert with Barb, except Barb's not that... Barb doesn't have any blue on them, do they? You're very
Petting
confused.
Barb.
Yeah.
Lysandra? That guy you said was coming here? Would he be riding one of those things?
I think she just stops. and then doesn't even say anything, just jumps on Barb's back and takes off running into the desert on Barb.
I'll take that as a
She
yes.
doesn't have her armor or anything on. She doesn't have her weapon. She's just going out to sea.
Beautiful. Yeah, with
Hey,
that, as soon
Ophelia,
as
want to see a show? Muted.
you're muted.
I'm in my hut in a robe and I'm like peeking out the door
Yeah.
to see what's going on. What's
Rasa,
going on, Blair?
you lift your hat over your face as you hear this as Lysandra rides out to meet with a figure who is standing in the middle of the hot heat desert.
Hot heat desert.
Hot heat desert. Waiting. Standing. Not sitting, not perched on the horse, just standing. Almost at attention. As we see Lord Quinn Nightingale. My lady, my
Lysandra out here. Just Lysandra. For anonymity.
yes, of course. I'm here under the understanding that your mother is wanting me to assist you in finding the rite of passage, as she put it.
Yes. Thank you. I know this is not where you want to be right now.
On the contrary, my lady, I am very honored. It is good to see you.
You too. We should get back and you should meet our traveling companions. I believe they are connected to the prophecy in some way, which is why I've chosen them.
They're very lucky to be given that honor.
You
be
haven't
happy.
met them yet. Sorry, humor. This way.
Right? Come, Blade. As you know, Kieran's name is Blade.
Mm-hmm. Of course it is.
Of course it is. And you, Blair, Ophelia, we'll say Timothy and Jericho. Rasa, are you also all like waiting at the lip of this garage?
Yeah.
Cool.
So which boyfriend is this? Talking to Ophelia or Blair?
Yeah.
The poor one, I believe.
I was gonna say, like, the best friend one, the way she said it. The nicer way, don't say the poor one. That's gonna sound really bad, Ophelia. You don't say poor one.
You guys are having to train Ophelia on terminology now that she's not.
Yeah, boy, he's gonna be just as stuck up as Lysandra, isn't he?
Oh God.
I assume worse.
I wouldn't say stuck up. I'd say, like, maybe a stick up the ass.
We cut to the. Is there anything I should know before meeting your friends? Specifics.
They
Customs.
are crass. They are quite rude, quite pushy. Don't worry if they seem disrespectful towards me. They don't know that I'm a princess, so
I will fell them where they stand.
no, you will not. Quinn. It's Quinn and Lysandra. We are not connected to the demon. They don't know about the demon.
Then where are you from? What land do you hail from?
South-ish. The Free Cities. I'm not good at this. I'm trying.
Lysandra, roll me
Oh, no.
an insight check with advantage.
That's good. That's better. 21.
21. He seems rigid and stuck. And your moment of I would say your moment of like what's the word? I'm having trouble with words today. Honesty, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Vulnerability?
Yeah, vulnerability. Thank you. That is the word I was looking for. You see that vulnerability kind of crack a little bit with him as well, just for a moment, as he kind of gives like a small smile. I'm sure we will become fast friends. I have met some of the other class in taverns that we've had before. There are words that almost came to fisticuffs once. So
I have no doubt that may happen. Likely in the near future, but some of them enjoy fighting, so perhaps that's character building.
well, I will stay my blade to make it an even fight for them.
Okay.
I'll say you guys are within talking distance. As you see Quinn just go, "Hail! Well met, travelers." No. Oh.
No, sorry. Everyone, this is Quinn Nightingale, a longtime friend of mine. And, this is Timothy and Jericho, Ophelia, Rossa, Blair, and Gaspard. And Milo.
You see Milo just... You see Gaspard just... just like...
Poor guy.
Lysandra, could you describe Quinn for us, actually?
Quinn is... give me 2.5 seconds.
So first out, I'm just gonna say
Quinn
he's
being
7'4".
Targaryen.
That's what I was looking for.
He's
Quinn
giant.
is 7 feet 4 inches, so he's a foot taller than Lysandra and I guess everyone else here. Obviously the similar silver hair, the silver eyes, like all Kalishtar have. He's wearing armor that's very similar to her with a lot of silver and moon motifs. His armor's... Lysandra's has more of a ornamental nature to it, where his is more militaristic, like ranking-wise. They have similar swords, for sure. And their shields both bear the same emblem as that moon with a black starburst behind it.
Are we stating just our surnames?
That's all they have here. They don't. And she leads in and says in Primordial, they don't know my full name, nor should they know yours.
Oh, understood. Just Quinn.
I really want to
Ophelia
say
bowed
Quinny,
very
but
nicely.
Ophelia, what'd you say?
Sir Quinn.
Oh, I'm not a sir. Just Quinn.
Oh,
Uh,
you look like a sir to me.
well, if
And
we
then
were looking at
Ophelia's gonna
titles,
turn around.
technically, yeah, if, like technically I'm and then looks at Lysandra's face. Just Quinn.
Just Quinn. Just Lysandra, just Quinn.
No
Hmm,
levels of
Mhm.
anything whatsoever.
okay.
And you are?
Ophelia's
Yes?
gonna turn around. Ophelia Hargrave.
Ah. Last name.
Well, I am a lady, so.
Lady Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to call her that.
Right. Apologies. I understand.
Yeah, you can be rude if you want. It's fine.
Nobody has ever called you Lady Ophelia.
Well, maybe today's the day. And Ophelia's gonna turn around and go back towards the hut so she can get changed. And on her way, she brushes by Lysandra and whispers, "So climbable."
Ryan and I heard Rachel say that and we went, shit.
Blair's just giggling in the corner.
Yeah.
Lysandra turns beet red.
Yeah. Well, I see Barb is well fed. And is this your home? And looks at Blair.
No, it's not my home. We are working here to get a vehicle to leave.
Ah. I see.
I've heard a lot about you.
You have. It's that is
All
surprising.
good.
Yeah, you're much taller than I when I saw you the first time.
Oh, well, that is, I am on the taller side of my family.
And like I did say, I'm on the shorter side for Kalishtar.
So
You all
your
must have
people are
noticed
just
that.
like tall as hell.
Or perhaps... Nope.
Tall as hell.
It's a phrase. She uses a lot of phrases.
Ah, maybe closer to the heavens.
Yes.
Yeah. Forgive me. She said my name Blair Thornwick, since we're giving last names.
Thornwick. I like it. There's a lot of common names given based on things that ancestors have done. So Thornwick, candle maker, or perhaps a...
No, my parents, it's a thing with my parents. My mother wanted my her maiden name, but she wanted my father's, and they just combined the two to make both of them happy.
It's like... She's gonna consider saying this in common.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna switch to primordial. It's like how men hyphenate their last name when they marry so that they can have both their wives and their... like that.
I
And then she's
see.
gonna switch back to common.
I see. I understand. Oh no, this is to your parents. Okay. Congratulations to your parents.
Thank you.
Are we gonna get out of the sun or what?
Yes. We have some things to do today. I believe we have to go to the bank. We have to do some shopping for something to cover this. And I gesture at his armor and my armor as well, because this is not common, nor is it well received everywhere I've gone. So we're going to blend in.
I see. I would love to. I'd love to be able to do so. Where and when is needed. I did notice there was a. I obviously did not come here on Blade. I just figured there would be a less of an entrance, and then I noticed that given the place that you were supposed to be residing was closed, I waited for a few hours.
Okay. Well,
The sun is hot.
yes, you will get used to it in the armor.
I'm sure I
Which is
shall.
why, yeah, which is why mine's off now. So we have things to do today, right? We don't need to.
We need to go to a bank, which I know to be where people keep their money.
Yes, and I need to pick up my greaves, which are being worked on by a business partner.
Oh. Fantastic. Great. Well, my Lysandra, a word,
Yes.
if I may.
Okay. I'll step away with them. Shit.
Are we for sure alone, just you and I?
I look for a spider.
Is there a spider there?
And I'll say in Primordial, I have found that. Well, I have not found anyone who speaks this tongue, so I think this language is probably safe.
Spider does.
Fantastic. Good. Okay. In that regard, permission to speak freely.
Of course, Quinn. Always.
Thank you. I may have some difficulty in trying to assimilate to the culture that you seemingly have so easily connected yourself to. I would hope that there is maybe some sign that we can give each other when I am confused on a cultural prospect, and maybe you can make a sign for me on when I'm being too obtuse in the cultural formalities of this place.
I am still learning as well. But of course, we can absolutely do something.
Well, you clearly are assimilating very quickly, considering the time of day and your dress.
It was a late night, and I may have gotten a little lax with my training.
Something that your mother specifically asked me to make sure was remedied.
Of course she did. Well, sign. You could always just say something in Primordial, or we're Kalishtar, you can ask me in my head.
I was wondering if there was some sort of magical alarms for such things.
Not that I've seen. You'd be surprised how many people don't even understand the existence of magic. Like, they're aware of it, but a simple spell shocks them. So, no, I don't think there's an issue with communication mentally.
How odd.
Mm-hmm. They are far behind anything we have in the Demon.
Of that, I assumed. I did pass by a wagon in the middle of the desert that was they gave me a very odd look.
It's the height and the armor and the hair. I've ran into that problem quite a bit. We can remedy the armor with a jacket.
You, whatever my lady wishes.
Speak freely, Quinn.
I am really used to wearing this armor.
We'll make it large enough to go over. Because
Thank
I
you.
am not giving up my armor either.
Good. That's good for both of us. And you hear that crack of like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it kind of pulls back in.
All right.
Well, good. Very good.
I should go get said armor and,
I will assist you.
of course, this way. And Gaspard gets to watch another man put on her armor.
I think he sees a second of it and just like you hear a sound escape him that is like not just and just walks off.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll say like as this is happening, you guys have kind of a Rasa, Blair, and Ophelia. You guys have kind of a moment alone as Ophelia. You are recognizing that today's bank day. So how do you want this to go down? Might be worth just like kind of like talking it through with them.
Muted.
I forgot, sorry. I need some help with the bank. You know, with some escorts. I have a friend there that I need to check in with. Another person there that's not my friend, but you'll have to give me some leeway in talking to make sure we can get some resources before we leave town.
Is this visit going to require a little moral flexibility?
Damn, quoting the cover letter to a T.
If so, we might not want Quinn with us. At least not yet. Gotta break him first.
Probably not great if Quinn is there.
Maybe he
There'll be
could
no
stay.
violence.
Like Gaspar probably needs him to see how much he weighs and what to do with the grip whip, because we're all 9 people is going to be a pretty squished thing.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's just
And then it sounds like we're going to my dressmaker after that.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe have Lysandra and Quinn meet us there for a little shopping after the bank visit.
And
That's a
I
good plan, Rosa.
need to find a place with a phone. I doubt we want to go to the scary bar.
I'm sure the bank has a phone.
Will they let me use it?
We ask nicely.
I'll let you ask nicely. That's not my expertise.
Sure.
As you guys are having this conversation, you notice Quinn bow to Lysandra before he puts the armor on, and then bows after. Both times, Lysandra trying to be like, I assume like, stop, please stop, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what's going on in the background as you guys are having this conversation.
As we look over, does it look very sexy?
Ophelia? Yeah, maybe to you.
Awkward.
Oh. It's
I
awkward.
don't think so. Well,
No?
they've done this for years. He trained
Yeah.
her, so there's like a very strong familiarity and like process, or not like this
Yeah,
is
that makes sense.
routine, a very strong routine to it.
I think there's
He's
I
not
think it
doing it with like reverence and worshipfulness.
well
Or is he just slapping it
no.
on you like a brother?
No, I think it's a lot of like I imagine the beginning and the end of it is a little awkward because he is reminded of where he's at right now. Does that make sense? Like, so I think like walking into it, once he kind of gets going into it, he's like, he's like, oh yeah, this is like we've done this all the time. So like getting lost in the moment.
I think she was asking if it was more like brother-ly or something else.
Oh,
Or like long, like hands on the shoulder type of like.
oh, I think very respectful. I imagine. I mean, yeah, I would say it is respectful, but it's very well trained. So
Very restrained.
no, sorry, well trained. Yeah, maybe restrained. I don't know.
Depending on how you interpret it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yay.
I guess in a word, I guess to say it as Ophelia is it's complicated. You see that and you're like, there's a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to.
There's a lot going over there.
We'll let that simmer.
All right. Well,
Yes. Ophelia, we're going to the bank, you said?
I only need Raza and Blair for the bank, and then what
Okay.
I'm thinking we should do is meet you and Sir Quinn at my dressmakers at Maisie's.
Okay. Where
So you
is
guys can
Maisie's?
start getting fitted.
Where is that?
I tell you where it is. I don't know where it is.
Well-
it would probably be. Oh man, I mean, if it's Ophelia's dressmaker, it's I'll put it this way: it's very close to the bank. It is, yeah, along that same sort of district. I believe it's the Iron Exchange.
Well, we can always go grab my greaves first and then meet you at the dressmaker.
That would be perfect.
Okay.
Great.
We're going to have to leave Barb and Blade here.
Oh, well, I'm sure Blade is very happy for that.
Yes.
And I think you just see a little bit of like a representation of the same like relationship. You see like Blade just kind of like awkwardly coming up, and Barb maybe being a little bit more like standoffish.
Mares are bitches. Mares are bitches. I imagine she pins her ears and like huffs at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Ready to go to the bank?
we
Ready.
will meet you there.
Yes.
Cool. And with that, as you guys are about to set off in separate ways, we will take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10.
Okay.
Cool. Welcome back, everybody. Let's do this. We'll start with our. Oh, that's not the music I wanted. I want this one. Hold on. I wanted the even happier, crazy music. There we go. You all are traveling, separating very quickly as Lysandra, you're having to legitimately at a certain point kind of like pull Quinn towards the the destination that you're actually going, as he is fully immersed in the strange and different place that he is in for the first time. As that is happening, the rest of you are kind of splitting off to go to the Madura Bank. As you guys are doing that, as you guys are making your way there, excuse me. Cool. Madura Bank lies between the area that would be later marked off as the beginning of Myers Bluff, and what you would call the Southern Civic Center of Madura. As you all approach, it takes about maybe an hour to get there. Ophelia, I won't even make you roll a wisdom save for this, as it is. There are some significant landmarks to kind of know where you're going for this part, but it takes a while. It takes about an hour. You're passing over the Brasslight line, passing by a significant amount of people, which is why the next thing I'm going to ask is for everybody to give me a perception check.
Seven for Rasta.
12 for Blair.
18.
Okay, cool. Ophelia, you feel a few eyes on you that are seemingly kind of like knowing eyes that seem to be kind of a little bit of a concern for you, but nothing that no one you necessarily specifically recognize. I don't think you're surprised at that. Unless you guys were trying to be stealthy here, which would be difficult considering you guys. But it is the middle of the day. There is very little sort of space for violence now. At this point, I think you guys ironically kind of got an idea of how to be able to make these safer sort of travels even through the rougher areas of Madura. After a while, you see it in front of you, the Madura Bank, a large square-like building. There's a huge sort of center clock in the middle of it. There's a sign underneath that just has, not sign, it'd be just like a stone sort of tablet thing that's just marked in as just bank on there. And it would be marked with probably a year of established, and it would be close to maybe I'd say 150 years ago. So, anything else you guys want to do before you go in?
You're not expecting trouble, right? Just Just some conversations.
Mm-hmm.
There.
But before we left, could I have Milo give me a letter to send to home?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Milo hands you that letter.
Perfect. Along with the phone call, do you think I could put this in their outgoing mail?
Sure. We'll ask.
All right. And you're not going to
We'll ask my
be.
friend Joseph.
So you do have a friend in the bank. We're not immediately going to get thrown out.
Not that I know of. Before I walk into the bank, I am gonna cast Detect Thoughts just to see before I walk in.
You got it.
Um,
As you cast it in that like sort of like open field,
just to
there's a
make sure
couple.
there's nothing absolutely wrong.
Yeah, you get there's like a couple of blips on like the outskirts of people that kind of like pass in and out of that thing, and you hear people just going, "Is that? No, that's not. That looks just like Ophelia Hargrave." That's it.
Weird.
All right. Well, give us a
Okay,
look
then
if
we'll
there's
walk in.
trouble.
As you walk in, there's a doorman
Cool.
that greets you at the door. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Madeira. Oh, Miss Hargrave. Pleasure to have you today. Are these friends of yours with you?
They are, and we are here on some. But obviously, I'd like to talk to Josie.
Of course. Yes. Right this way. And you see the doorman leaves his post and actually just walks with you further up towards a long sort of area of bank tellers that are around that have everyone here is dressed like they're going to the ball. So it's all very, very like upscale. You notice that this bank is the money. Every little bit, like corner is clean and pristine and beautiful. Rasa, it makes you sick. It is well adorned. In places that really don't need to be adorned. You imagine that the bathrooms here are probably the most amazing bathrooms you've ever seen in your life. As you pass by some of the tellers, you see they're like handling the money, but then also as you're all passing by, they have a very trained sort of like moment of like politely smiling and nodding without acknowledging who you necessarily are, as they're continuing their things here. Ophelia, give me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay, cool. All right. With a 15, you are passing by the tellers to the specific. I don't know the name of that word. People that you would have appointments with at the bank. That person. Bank worker.
Bank officers, bank tellers.
Yeah, I think so. I was thinking about the tellers as like the front sort of desk sort of thing. So we'll say
Bank manager?
Bank managers. Thank you. Yeah. Haven't been in a bank in a long time, guys. Cool. So yeah, you as you're passing by, you 15 is enough to definitely catch this person's eye before they see you, so you can choose to try to duck out of the way if you would like. As you pass by, where the hell is this guy? I'm sorry. As you pass by Edmund Westcott, who is seen somewhere here. But yeah, Ophelia, what do you do in seeing Edmund?
I do want to dodge him and not have him see me because I don't want him to run away before I can get to him.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check. And I'll give you advantage because he's working with a customer.
Stealth is... So that's 22.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 22? Yeah, you're fine. He absolutely does not see you. How do you duck out of the way?
I pull my hood a little closer and then lean into Raza as we're walking by.
Beautiful.
And just kind of look small.
Okay, cool. So you guys definitely notice this. There we go. I apparently never put him in AV Max. That's silly. Okay. Here's Edmund Westcott. This frail little wire of a man. Cool. So you pass by his kind of little sort of office corner as you notice that you're moving a little bit further than Josie's office, Ophelia. And I'll say carrying over that perception check, you notice that her office has a different name on it.
Are we going the right way?
Oh yes, we have moved your friend into excuse me, Miss Wainwright, to more appropriate place.
Lovely.
And I would like anybody here to give me a perception check.
Can I do an inside check on the
Sure.
guard guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Rachel, I think your connection's a little funky right now. Let me know if it's happening on your end.
No. A little bit, but
22 perception for Rasa.
Okay.
Nat 1 for Blair.
Oh no. Cool. Blair, there is a lot of this bank itself is actually, instead of being several sort of different floors, as far as just straight floors all the way, all those floors are actually kind of stacked into kind of this sort of cone-like shape under this square box, where the actual floors themselves have this sort of open sort of format, where there is these large, we'll just call them what they are, elevators that are able to move people up to those places, and that is fascinating too.
Blair's just staring at the elevators.
Yeah. Ross, with a 22, you notice that there is a couple of interesting sort of looking, they almost look like sconces along the walls on the inside of this places, and you notice that they seem to have little sort of like notches underneath that seem to make them be able to move when they need to. And as you notice that, you look at one that you had already passed, and you notice that it had moved from its position, giving you the idea that it is some sort of like security drone.
Okay. Ophelia would probably know about this, but I would maybe nudge her and give her a little look. That something's watching us.
Yeah, and along with that, Ophelia, as you are passing by, you notice that you are walking to what looks to be a corner office. Corner office sounds great. Nice big open sort of place. But in the same time of Rasa kind of motioning and looking at that, you notice that it is exactly right under one of these sconce-like drones. But in it, you see someone who is kind of bent down over her desk, writing down some things as the doorman comes in. Miss Wainwright, Ophelia Hargrave, here to see you. And we see... Oh, come on, guys, I have this picture. I'm sorry. I thought I had this ready to go. And we see a woman with blonde hair, tied up in a tight bun, who is... who kind of gives a very somewhat fixed smile when Ophelia comes into the room and says, "Thank you, Cartwright. Miss Hargrave, please take a seat."
Miss Wainwright. So I've had detect thoughts up this entire time. Did I forget? Yes, I did. Did I get anything weird off the guard? And am I getting anything weird off Josie?
Off the guard, no. Off of Josie, yes. As soon as you come in, you hear a very clear and pronounced shit as you come in.
You don't seem that happy to see me, Josie. I told you I was coming to town.
Miss Hargrave, it's always a pleasure to... It's always a pleasure to have you in the office. I wonder if you're... I'm going to say, yeah. Wonder if your friend, Mr. Medulla, is he still with you? Ophelia, give me a investigation check.
He is. Yes.
Okay. If you think you pick it up, yeah.
He's been helping me with a few things.
Beautiful. I imagine this is code word for Josie going, "Do you have your detect thoughts up?" As I imagine Josie's had enough time spent with you that she knows this. It's your call. Here's Josie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So he says that. I'm like, he's still so helpful.
Cool. Rachel, I'm gonna have you just do me a favor. Can you jump out and jump back in real quick just to see if that's gonna fix the connection? And we'll say as we're waiting for Rachel to do that, we're gonna take just a little bit of a pause and come over to the junkyard.
This is not where I wanted to take Quinn first.
You see Quinn is walking through the scrapyard of the Hangjaw, not able to really take his hand off of the hilt of his sword. No matter how much you like, he's not unsheathing it, but like every moment is like as you're hearing, this like kind of like buzzing sort of sounds of the, and you're there's a lot of like loud noises. There's figures that he's never seen, like creatures that he's never seen before. Everything is quite different to him.
Yes, it is. I'd say you get used to it, but this is strange for even me.
Yes, this is I mean, to each their own, but it's hard not to feel like there's certain level of squalor here. What is that? As you see Carrion come bounding up with this box in his hand.
It's okay. It's my business partner.
Oh, understood. Okay, all right. And he gets really close, and you see Quinn just go, that's close enough. And you see him just like Carrion just gets pushed easily off to the side.
Oh, okay, all right. Who's the tank?
This is my friend Quinn. We just came to pick up my greaves.
I see. All right. Well, that's why Gaspard was, just today. I assume. Because of this guy. What's up, buddy? What's his name? Does he talk?
Yes, my name is Quinn. Just Quinn.
And we came to pick up my greaves, not discuss Gaspard's performance of work.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, you did a number on him. That's all I'm saying.
Was
okay.
not my intention.
I've heard that 1,000 times. Listen, okay. I got what you. I fixed it. Do you want to open it?
Wasn't broken. Okay, yes, I will open it.
As you open it, you see there is a moment, Lysandra, that I imagine in the idea of like the armor that you've had for years, like for as long as you fit into it. Seeing any sort of alteration to it is probably pretty jarring.
I think it's worse because Quinn's here.
Yeah, absolutely. As Quinn isn't. What is that?
We're trying to adapt some of my armor for this environment. So I allowed adaptations for my greaves.
So this is a replacement for these.
They are my greaves.
My lady, these are your greaves?
They were?
As you look down,
at them?
Yeah, you look down, you see that there is a massive sort of the beautiful, like pristine silver sort of like scaled thing that's kind of coming down from it is now has this big honking sort of piece of silver metal that is absolutely a different sort of a different shade that is it is what's the word? Not soldered, but the big one.
Welded?
What's that?
Welded?
Welded, thank you. I'm not getting words today. Welded around it is this sort of hunk of metal that has this strange sort of. It almost looks like a massive sort of syringe. Without the end to it, so like this like kind of like measuring sort of flask to it that has this like sort of strange kind of like purplish liquid in it.
And how am I supposed to maintain this? Carry on.
maintain it? What do you mean?
Well, what's the liquid? How do I refill it if it runs out? I'm not sure if it runs out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll just make sure I have some extra made in there. It should take a while to I mean, it depends on how many people you bash into. But yeah, it'll last you a while. Yeah, it's really cool. You want to try it?
I suppose so. We should give it a shot, right?
All right. You ready, big guy?
And you see Quinn just, I'm sorry?
You did say I was getting lax in my training, so perhaps we can see what Abravaran technology can do.
Here?
I mean, if there's adjustments to make, the engineer should be here to witness it.
Roll me another insight check. We'll say with advantage.
22.
All right. You did say that you were rusty.
All right.
And you see that smile kind of on his face of like, there's Quinn right there, like that moment of like, and he kind of like takes a step back. All right, so here's and you see this like very like beautiful moment that Carrion just kind of waddles into and goes, all right, so listen, so here's the what you're gonna you're like fully pulled away. All right, so before you attack, right, you're gonna push this down right here, right,
Okay.
this little like
Mhm.
yeah, and then when you go, you'll feel a little just like a spark. Okay, and it's fine. It's fine. The first couple tests we had, Charlie's doing okay now, but we brought it down a little bit, and so you'll be able to handle it fine. It's okay. Yeah, you'll be able to.
All right.
Yeah, just make sure you hit him hard.
I certainly can try. I'm
Alright.
gonna draw my sword.
Yep. You see him draw his, take a very familiar stance. All right. Lysandra. Try your best.
All right. I'm gonna back up 10 feet and then move forward 10 feet and try to hit him.
You got it. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
27.
Oh, yeah, that hits. And the point of this, I mean, you can go ahead and roll damage if you want, but the point of this is to show off the gloves.
Yeah.
The greaves. Oh, yes.
Did he
God
succeed?
damn it. No. I really wanted him to fail, and he did. I wish
Okay,
I rolled
good.
that in the dice cam. Assuming he doesn't have a +4 to strength, you immediately knock him. Actually, Lysandra, if you want to describe how you do it.
So obviously non-lethal damage,
Mm-hmm.
but I think as she's running up to him and he's getting ready to attack, she switches the blade to like the broadside and she just kind of almost like Iron Man punches with the side of her blade. And it definitely knocks the wind out of him as he falls back on his ass.
Beautiful. I love it. There is like a second of like watching this and seeing like this learned sort of movement that as you see him kind of like put his shield up, expertly blocking it. The shield itself is like blocking the punch, but that explosion from that this like kind of like electrical sort of like ignition that kind of comes from your greaves is surprising, as he's not prepared for that at all, and you see him just get kind of like launched back onto the ground. And he immediately kind of gets to his feet.
All right, well, I like that.
Not bad. Sorry, what do I call you?
Carrion.
Carry on?
Like
Ca-
carrion, like
Could
things
be,
birds
not like-
eat carrion. Mm-hmm.
Same. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Carrion.
Thank you, carrion.
Excellent. Excellent work. It is rather bulky, but I cannot say anything negative towards its effectiveness. And you see, I think there is a moment of like awkward where he's just smiling at you, and you just see Carrion just like, okay, all right, hey, hello, yeah, anything else?
Oh, no, thank you. We should get going.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure
and
Gaspard
as-
isn't putting his head into the welding machine.
Yeah, we'll go. And as I grab Quinn's arm to pull him away, because I did technically 8 damage, non-lethal damage, I will do 8 lay on hands as I guide him out
Okay.
of the yard.
All right.
Yes,
It's too bad Ophelia wasn't there to see that. Because that is no. Yeah. Well, if you don't mind me saying,
Mm.
you pivoted. We talked about that.
And you were slow with your guard.
Fair enough. So, should we go to this armorer that Ophelia was speaking of?
Yes, we have to find a dress shop now, and that might take us a while.
It's a military dress?
Knowing Ophelia, probably not, but it is our only choice, so we will make do.
I see. All right. Well, I will accompany you in that. Ophelia seemed odd to me. She didn't seem to. There were certain points in times where she was not blinking at all, and then certain points in times where she was blinking a lot.
She does that. She does a lot of things. Watch out for spiders when she's around as well. Don't crush it. She will kill you.
We found the first quirk as Quinn just grabs your arm. And goes, is she a druid?
No,
Oh, thank God.
but she has a mechanical spider, which is in many
Why?
ways worse.
Yes.
I
agree.
don't know why, but don't hurt it.
I will try my best. Incidentally, you haven't come across any druids
No,
here, have you?
I have not.
All right.
There's not many magical people out here.
Makes things easier for us then.
Yes.
All right.
No, I think
Do-
she's more inclined in the mental manipulation, so perhaps not easier. Just keep an eye on your mind.
you mentally you hear. I understand. And you guys start to meander in that direction. I'm gonna say,
Find a place.
yeah. Give me a survival check with disadvantage.
Can it be flat since Quinn is helping? and Ophelia did give us directions.
Did Ophelia give you directions?
She did say she was giving
Okay.
us directions.
I will say that will give you flat. There is absolutely no way that Quinn is going to be able to help you in this.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay. All right. Not bad. Okay. Cool. You are able to make it to the Brasslight line without any issues at all. There's a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. I would say I'm going to roll. That's not a real dead body on the sign, correct? You're muted.
Yes, I believe it is. They're not as respectful of their dead here.
Should I get it down?
No, I don't want to offend anyone if that's where they want. Maybe. I don't know.
How barbaric.
Yes. Yes. There are a lot of problems with this society that I wish we could fix.
Also, it looks like there was, and he kind of like runs over and grabs this piece of paper. This was just in the street.
Yes. They're not clean either.
Yes, I'm sure this wasn't purposely put here.
Perhaps. They also burn fuel, ignite. They don't have what we have. They have laws against. So that this is something I should inform you of. They don't respect women in the same way our society does, so you will see a lot of that treatment extended to me. In this society, women aren't meant to apparently own property or be in power or anything like that. It's not a good system.
How does one rule?
Apparently the men are, and clearly that's the issue we're seeing here.
All right. Well, I don't know if I would go that far. Quinn's not going to go that far. I wouldn't go that. Well, you would know. That's awful.
Yes. And it's getting worse, which is one of the reasons I believe we're going to Vracia. They need to lobby some politicians to save Ross's town, and Ophelia has plans of her own to try to make a difference, I hope. Still unsure on the end result of that, but
This is a very wide and very dense country, but if there's something to fight for, I can't think of anything more important than that equality. Is that why you're out here?
I've also seen the second signs of the prophecy, and potentially the third, and we know that at the end of that, our people are supposed to reveal ourselves, and if we can find the truth, maybe we are supposed to come forward and make a difference in the world.
I see. Well, this isn't the capital, from what I understand.
No. We are headed there next. It's a long road.
Well, it could only go up from here.
Quinn. I'm sorry I left without telling you.
I understand, milady. And you see him take kind of like a step ahead a little bit. No. Oh, look, more trash. I won't pause you there. Meanwhile, I am going to switch the music up as things are getting heavier here. Ophelia. Josie is having a very polite conversation with you. Blair and Rasa, you're kind of like, I don't know if you're able to pick up anything like weird that's happening, but Rasa, you definitely clocked that drone that was there. That is now kind of just sitting just right over you all. It's not facing you all, so it doesn't have eyes on you, but it's definitely close enough to have ears. As Josie goes, and what could I help out a Hargrave with today? And you hear in your head, what do you need?
I just wanted to stop in and see my friend and see if all is well. I haven't seen you in so long.
Do you say anything? Oh, no, you can't. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that makes this even harder. Cool. Oh, well, that's very sweet of you, Ophelia. It's wonderful to see you as well. How is don't remember. Wasn't you've moved on from Thaddeus, right?
Thaddeus is in the past.
Ross, give me a perception check. Actually, I'll say everybody can give me a perception check. Ross, give me a perception check with advantage.
I rolled a nat 20 for 23.
You feel that
dirty
camera
20.
shift slightly.
Oh wait.
Yep. Blair, you start to
Yeah.
notice like you heard something moving and you look up. It just moved just slightly.
And I got a 19, so I assume I noticed it too.
Yeah, you caught it too. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm just trusting Ophelia to handle this situation. I know that she can talk privately if she needs to.
hmm
So I don't want to cause a
I'll say-
disturbance.
With the nat 20, you know it was specifically moved at the name Thaddeus.
Okay.
So I heard that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would think that, and then Ophelia might pick up on
Yeah.
that with the detect thoughts. Like,
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
yep.
Thaddeus
Yeah.
is
Okay.
in the past. I wouldn't even know where to look for him anymore.
That's too bad. He had his quirks, but I don't know. He seemed good for you in some ways.
Did have his charms, yes.
Well, as far as your funds are concerned,
Mm-hmm.
from my understanding, the Hargrave family account is still doing very well.
Okay.
You know she's not talking about the Hargrave account.
You know,
yeah.
my father's always told me the main concern with those accounts is that we're using the interest and not the principal. Is that we're
Of
still
course.
good?
That is, I wouldn't steer you wrong in that. You can trust me no matter what.
Thank you, Chelsea.
I will say there has been some interesting kind of events in. I saw a rat here the other day.
In the bank?
I know. Don't tell anyone else, but yes.
Ugh. I mean, did you kill it? Is it still around?
I believe it started to run off after I rolled up a newspaper to handle it.
I mean, that's very brave of you.
Well, need to protect my clients.
I guess I'll keep my eye out. Ugh.
I would. It seems that Madura is having a little bit of a problem with some rodent infestation lately.
Yes, it's been a short little stint back home, and I've heard similar things.
Incidentally, as I know you have been traveling, is there any withdrawal that we'll be making today for the Hargrave account?
Perhaps. Small. Yeah, I might need a little bit. As I head back out of town, unfortunately. It's not a long visit.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your journey isn't long.
Might be. But we'll see. But you know, I'll always come back whenever I can.
Of course. Just be very careful traveling through the Umber this time of year. And you hear in your head, not the Umber, assuming. And at this point, I'd say, Ophelia,
Not
you
the
kind of
Umber.
catch she's now trying to say, she thinks that you're going south so that maybe they think you're going south.
Yeah, I have learned many lessons out in that desert. So, yeah, I've taken them all with me, and I have my friends Rosa and Blair here, and they are experts as Southerners. So I'm glad that they're coming with me again.
Very good. Josie Wainwright, I apologize. We haven't made the pleasure. Since a handout.
Yeah,
Yes,
Props is
sounds-
strong. Rustwater, nice to meet you.
Blair.
Are they also friends of Mr. Medulla?
Yes, they are. We've all been. Well, hold on. I don't know if they've met. There we go. Backtrack.
There
I
you
don't
go.
think they've met Mr. Medulla yet. We haven't been
I
in
understand.
Madura that long, so.
Gotcha.
But I'm sure they will. They're good friends, and I think we'll be together for a while.
I see. Well, let's handle your accounts first, shall we?
Hmm.
And when she said Hargrave account, she meant the Hargrave account,
And not the fake
and
one.
not the other account. Yeah,
Okay.
as far as withdrawing.
How much is left of my allowance for this month that I haven't withdrawn?
Well, given what I see here, it would be... I would say right around 50.
50?
You hear, actually, where are you? There you are.
Would I be able to get all of that today?
Of course. If you're going for a long journey, and
I've been told there aren't a lot of banks where I'm going, so if I can get as much advance as I can, that'll be really
not-
helpful.
it's not much, but every little bit helps, I'm sure.
It does. Thank you.
Is there a place that you'd like this to be given? How would you like it to be received? And you hear in your head, where do I drop this off?
Let me write it down for you. And I'll write down the address of where we're staying, I guess.
Yeah, you give the general sort of, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say it out loud, obviously. So I'm just going to write it like this. And that'll be easier. And then hand that address to her.
So my understanding, you're not staying at the manor then. And she says that in a way you're like, she knows that.
No, I was there and got to see Daddy, Mommy, and little brother. But, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit more independent these days. Daddy wants that for me, so I'm staying at a really very quaint, very nice place in our last couple days out of town, and then we'll be gone.
Very good. Well,
We'll see where we end up. Daddy's keeping a little bit of a surprise, but
I see.
I know it'll be good.
It is, I have heard that there's some areas on the north side that are quite lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will just need you to sign here. And you see there is like a bunch of papers that she's kind of handing you, and there's a paper underneath that you can like sign above, but it's clear that like the way it's kind of folded sort of in this moment, like Josie's really good at this. You see like this like sort of like little sort of thing of like, it's a little tab of like, take this.
Perfect. You can sign it.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Hargrave, it's always a pleasure. How are the family? It's been a while since I've seen them.
Same as always, I would say. Not a lot changes with the Hargraves, which I think Father likes. My brother seems to be embracing his new role, so
I've
got
heard.
to see that. And a new page for me, so no reason to think it won't be a good one.
Well, you know, never off time to take a vacation. But now, maybe a better time than any. It kind of just like stares through you at that.
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you'll be able to go to Whitewater anytime soon. Oh. Did you not hear the news? And you feel like there's a certain, you all kind of notice there's a certain sense of like a little bit more of a relaxed thing from Josie, as Josie's able to just tell the truth right now. There is, there was some sort of kerfuffle in the Whitewater Sanctuary involving several military leaders, it seemed.
Military?
Yes. Unfortunately, it sounds like the situation has been remedied somewhat, at least for the time. But they'll just have to find someone new in power.
To run. Wow. Okay. Well, I won't plan to stop there then, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
It is. It's never good to hear the death of anyone.
I suppose it'll be a man taking over.
Well, not much we can do there. We are slaves to the law.
I want to thank you, Josie.
No need. Your accounts are safe and well handled.
The Hargraves, thank you.
I'm sure they do.
All right, well, I'll leave you be. Let you get back to all your important business.
You saw where they put me now, huh?
I did. What a fancy office.
It's very nice. Yeah. A lot of light. Nice shade when I need it. You see a face that she just does that.
Yeah, those are lovely sconces.
Yes. Yeah, they do the job.
Good. All right. So I'm gonna stand up. Oh, Josie. Favor for my friend Blair, because we are going to be leaving town soon. She needs a letter that's mailed, and I thought the bank probably has a pretty good pickup schedule. Do you guys have a phone here?
Oh, yes, we do. I don't know if it's currently working right now.
Could we check, just as a little favor to a client?
I can check, but it may be on the fritz.
Yeah, some of these phones are a little bit compromised, I've noticed.
Tell you what, if you'd, Blair, if you'd like to give me the letter, I will make sure to drop it in the slot. You hear a voice in your head. Is this just a letter?
Just a letter, but also she wants to do the phone call.
No. To Ophelia. Ophelia, you hear, is this just a letter?
Yeah, Blair, do you have... I think it's just a letter, right, Blair?
Yeah.
Back home?
Just somebody wants to send something to their parents.
Okay, great. Yes, happy to handle that. I will go check on the phones. You just hear you hear in your head, tapped. Don't do it. And she walks off.
I cast message and very quietly next to Blair into my thing say the phones are tapped. Do you care?
How lingual do you think people are here?
I don't know. Kind of depends on the technology. My spider can understand any language.
Okay, we may have to talk about that later. I just need to make a fic. There's nothing secretive about it. Just a regular phone call.
Okay. We'll see what Josie says. She comes back.
So, just for clarification, Sarah, basically saying that anything that you would say would be picked up by possibly anyone.
Yeah.
Are you
just
okay
a
with that?
simple phone call. Yes, just a simple phone call.
Okay.
I would like to peek my head out of Josie's office and see if I can spy Edmund and see if we can go trap him in his office
Yeah.
to have a talk.
I'm rolling shit for Edmund. Yeah, you see him. And he does not
Okay.
see you.
Is he in his office?
He is in his office, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Raza, Blair, right over there, that's Edmund. We need to go have a chat. So help me make sure he stays in this office.
And you want me to grab him first before he sees you?
Maybe just, he's already there, so maybe just when we get in there, make sure you guard the door and look, scary.
Can I look to see if there's security, whatever these things are around his office?
Yep.
Roll or there is?
Oh no, there is. Yeah, I won't make you roll for that. At this point, you can kind of get the idea of how this works. But yeah, ironically, the only two offices you would say in this bank that have things over them are Edmund and Josie's.
Do I know, this just now occurred to me, are there in our kinds of banks where there's like a safe deposit box, vault, things like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's stuff like that there. Yeah.
That I could possibly lure him to?
Mm-hmm.
Get him to take me?
Yeah, you could. You definitely could.
Okay. Then then I'm gonna go over into his office with Blair and Raza and greet Edmund. What a surprise.
Hello. It's always good to see you, Miss Hargrave. And who are your friends? Lot of shade in here.
Rasa stands in front of the door. Rasa Strong, nice to meet you.
Charmed, I'm sure. Edmund Westgate. That's
Blair.
not my name. What the heck is my name? Westcott? Westcott.
Westcott? Hello, Edmund.
Miss Hargrave.
I'm wondering if you could do me a favor. Josie's out making a couple inquiries for me. Can you take me back to the safe deposit vault? I believe I need an escort.
You would have to have a number for that safety deposit box. Is there one that you have a key for?
Yes, I do. And you're one of the few people I trust here to be my escort. So can we head out?
Rolling persuasion check.
On, roll good. Yeah. Persuasion is 25.
Oh man. Should just have you roll intimidation, really. Yes, of course. Same number as before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Cool. Let me get just a couple of my things here. As you, Rasa, you are this guy is not well trained and not very good at this. As you see Rasa, like he like starts picking up heavy things, and you could clearly tell he's trying to find a weapon to like defend himself with. But it's like he's like picking up like a like a paperweight.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
give him like a no look.
I love that Ross is just no words, just
Yeah.
yes. Oh, you know what? I must have left it in the safety deposit room that we're going to. So, after you? Nope, after me. Okay. You see him kind of walk. You pass by Josie, who is seeing this and kind of gives you a look of, and assuming this detect thought's still up, just what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, we have cameras. I was gonna mouth rat at her, but I guess I'll cast message and very quietly say, you know, catching rats.
It's a nat 20. That rat's been caught.
Not well enough, it seems.
Be careful. Blair, if you're still wanting to make that phone call, it might be a little fuzzy, but it's certainly available to for you to use.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be really quick.
All right. Edmund, and you see Josie goes back to her desk. Do you guys, Blair, are you wanting to accompany Ophelia, Rasa, and Edmund to the safety deposit box first?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. All right, you see him kind of like fumbling the keys. This, all right. Well, okay. Here's the place where there is just us. Come on. You guys follow him?
Yeah.
Okay. Closes the door. Well, I didn't say anything.
If you didn't say anything, and I know Josie didn't say anything, why are there cameras everywhere, Edmund?
Because I can't tell you the reason for that, but I just know that I didn't say anything.
You can't tell me? Because what I'm hearing is you won't tell me, Edmund, and that's a problem.
Miss Hargrave, with all due respect, I have been a very useful member of your family for many years, and I believe I deserve a modicum of respect in this case of understanding that I have nothing but the best at heart for the Hargrave family.
I caught you embezzling millions.
Blair's going to, like, with her, like, claws, just push him up against the wall and goes, Tabaxis are really good at sniffing at rats.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Look.
We are
look,
here.
look.
In this room because you stole from the Hargraves. And I'm the only one standing between you and Father.
That was a while ago. And I held up
Not
my end
long
of the
enough.
bargain. I held up my end of the bargain. Ow, excuse me. I held up my end of the bargain.
Then the
Does he
bargain's
not
changed, Edmund. I want to know what's going on at this bank.
I don't know. I told
Does
you.
he
I
have
didn't-
something on his neck?
What do you mean?
Like the way he went It's almost like Cylinder having to rip off his throat. Like, does he
Oh
have
no, I
something
just
not
assumed
okay?
you were. I just assumed you were rough with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Ophelia. Okay. Use your magical right. Use the magic stuff. That's as long as don't affect my brain. I'm telling the truth. I have no idea how they found out.
We're trying to help people, Edmund. And all these cameras moving Josie. Is it stopping people from coming in?
I wouldn't know much about that. She is very good at her job. She has found ways around it, as far as I've been told. Which is not a lot, by the way.
If there's camera everywhere, are people sniffing around the accounts? Are you doing your job?
Yes, and truth be told, I deserve a raise for the amount of work that I've had to be doing in working around the clock and trying to make sure the books look as clean as they are. I have been working my butt off, Miss Hargrave.
Good.
And I don't... You are not your father.
I don't need to be my father. I just need to use him. And I swear to God, Edmund, if anything happens to Josie, if anything happens to that money, I will make sure you are nailed to the front of this bank.
I understand. May I ask why?
Why what?
Why? The only clear question of why a Hargrave would do this, would risk their life, their reputation, again and again for something as trivial as charity.
I don't
What is
think
your
you're ever
angle?
going to understand, Edmund. You don't get it because you're a parasite. Just like me. Just like everyone in Myers Bluff. Someone has to balance the ledgers, somehow. And I know you don't get it. But you're gonna do it.
I am wondering how someone so high and mighty as yourself fell so hard from the heavenly realms that they were a part of.
It's rotten, and you know it. That's why you had no fucking problem. Stealing, hiding, lying to the Hargraves.
Yes. I have no problem stealing from criminals. Rest assured, Ophelia, You have poked at something that is much bigger than the little power I have. As I told you, I said nothing. If you believe that Josie said nothing, that only leaves one option, and that is you don't know who knows. Best to get out now.
I'm leaving town. Not to worry. But this, here, it's not changing. You do your job.
You're not even going to give me a why.
I told you. We balance the ledger. There's only so much you can take before everything starts collapsing. And a man like my father, not only does he not see it, he doesn't care. Neither is anyone in Vracia. So I took their money. And you're helping me give it back.
I see. You're trying to clear your name.
My name isn't associated with this.
Oh, yes, it is. It was said 3 times before you walked through that door. You're trying to make it so that years to come, people will know the name Hargrave as something more than the criminal underbelly it is. Why didn't you say so? I could help you there.
Blair uses one of her claws to just scratch his cheek a little.
Ow!
Now look who's poking around.
Whatever you need to hear, Edmund.
As far as for your cause, I know not, and I will not pretend to be a person that will understand why you're doing that. But in the idea of trying to craft a new Hargrave name, I am a notary. I am very good at that job. For a small fee, of course.
Then you'll do what?
Whatever you would like.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Can you get your hound off me?
She's clearly a cat, Edmund.
If you're gonna insult me, at least do it correctly.
The saying doesn't work. It's that way. Cats aren't very well known to be protectors of their masters. You see that my joke is better than that.
I didn't find it funny.
Well, you wouldn't.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, Edmund. Who's poking around at the bank?
It should worry you that I do not know.
Can I do an insight check on whether I think he's
Yeah.
being honest? Insight is a 16.
Seems to be telling the truth. He seems to be scared of something more than you.
Okay. Thank you, Edmund.
You can thank me by not making my allergies flare up.
Blair just like pushes her
Okay.
tail around his face.
Oh. Disgusting.
As
Alright,
Blair
well.
takes
Blair-
her hand off him, she's gonna have her claws just rip off his little suspenders. Whoops.
Really? Can we leave?
Yes. Blair, you need to make a phone call, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's do it.
Blair. Actually, Blair, you go out to make your phone call. We'll pause you there. Lysandra, you are moving. You're moving across the Brasslight line, and you start to hear a newsboy yelling out for paper. Newspaper.
One second, Quinn.
First off, Quinn goes, why is the young child screaming?
I think he's trying to sell something. One moment. I'm gonna walk over to the kid.
Paper! Get your paper. Oh, hi. Wow,
Hi,
you're tall.
could I... Yes. Could I have a paper, please?
Sure. Yeah, that's 2 copper.
I will give him 2 copper.
Okay. You give him 2 copper. As you look at the page, you see title. All block black letters. And we see, I think, Lysandra's eyes kind of come up in surprise. Blair, as you walk past to the phone booth and you see a paper on the desk, same block letters. As we see the newspaper heading, the mother of invention found dead. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you all next week. We'll see you all next week.